My name is Ashley Aperocho, and I am a Scarborough missioner from Canada. And so today we are joined with Ramona.
Well, my name is Ramona Fraser, and I'm from St. Anthony of Padua in Buxton.
So, what got you started, I guess, in teaching catechism?
I was asked by one of the sisters in the church, and since then I've been doing it.
How would you describe your teaching method, I guess, with the kids?
I've been using the guidelines for teachers, and there are a few times when I don't use that book at all. I would just work on my gut feeling, how I think the lesson should go, and that has been very rewarding.
Oh, that's nice. And so what age group do you usually teach?
Oh, it varies. I have 4-year-olds, and between 4 to 13, I have that kind of age group.
And I guess, how do you take the material that you have for each age group, I guess, and meet them where they're at?
Okay, songs and stories, children love those things, irrespective of the age. So what I would do, I will start off my class with songs and then introduce a story, and then I would split them up according to their age group and then work with them individually. It's kind of stressful, but it's fun.
How would you describe your the community at your parish?
Oh, it's pretty small in attendance, but the area in general, there are a lot of Roman Catholics, but they only come to church when there are funerals and other special occasions like Easter and Christmas.
Why do you believe that is?
Most of the people complain it's a job that they have, and there are other domestic reasons why they're not attending Mass or service.
Do you think that there's anything that we can do in the community to engage them more in?
Okay, I think we need to reach out more to them because in my parish, for instance, we are very reserved. Even though we know these people aren't attending Mass, we don't go to find out why they're not attending Mass. We just assume. And if they're not coming to Mass, I think we should take the church to them in a kind of way, like meetings, go out and meet them and evangelize. I think that could work.
Yeah, I was actually, I've been reading a lot of books recently on the new evangelization, and I'm not sure, I can't remember which pope it was, whether it was Pope Francis or Pope Benedict, but he says that Christians today do not know Jesus or do not know him well enough. Like, that is the majority of this world in this generation. And so although people have heard of the name of Jesus or have heard like the basic gospel, they do not know it well enough. And so sometimes I find that knowing something partially is more detrimental than actually knowing the fullness
thing,
of
right.
what it is.
Yeah.
So what would you, in your experience, what can you recall a rewarding situation, like a rewarding time during catechism, but also what is the most difficult thing that you experience and encounter in this ministry?
My greatest reward is looking at those children up there in their beautiful white outfits, taking their first communion. And one of my difficult moments is being all pumped up for a class, and when I look around in church this Sunday morning, I only see a lot of old people. The children aren't there for me to teach.
Oh.
You pump yourself up so much and you don't have anyone to teach. That's one of the setbacks.
Yeah, I find that especially with young people, it's hard to engage them if there isn't a community that they can come back to.
Right, but in my parish, we don't have a youth group.
Oh, okay.
Right, and even when the young ones come to church, they're not encouraged to do anything much in church. Pick up offertory and that sort of thing. Anyone could pick it up, but they don't get this sense of belonging because they're not encouraged to do something that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
fair.
so I guess that's why they're not so much into church.
Do you have a constant like parish priest, or is it do they rotate? I guess with
We
your parish?
have the priests usually rotate,
Mm-hmm.
but we always have a priest at church.
How have you found that has been for the parish life at your community? Has it been hard to develop like community and consistency, or does it meet the needs of your parish right now?
Well, having mass every Sunday is a plus for the parish,
Oh,
huh?
definitely.
But what I think is happening, we all have a way of connecting to someone. By the priests usually rotate, I don't think the parishioners get a chance to cling to a priest or pick a priest or to be in the presence of a priest that they would like to have on a regular basis.
I guess switching gears, how would you describe your spirituality, but also what brought you to the faith? Were you always Catholic? Were you always faithful? Like, I guess, why are you, or how are you here today?
I'm always a Roman Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some times when I won't call myself strong in my faith.
Mm-hmm.
And those moments I regret dearly.
Mm-hmm.
And as such, I try my best to get myself back in gear. So,
Has there been a person in your life that has helped you on your spiritual journey or in coming back to the faith at all?
yeah, my mom is always there.
Mm.
Yeah, she is my strength.
What kind of, is there any advice that your mom gave you during that time that that specifically pulled you out? Or has it just been her constant support in bringing you back? Like, what was it about your mom supporting you that...
Her constant support is something that I will never forget, and I really appreciate. Her advice to me is that no matter what is the problem, there is always a shining light there, and God don't forget you. We are the ones who do forget.
Yeah, I find that that's always a hard... that because God is perfect.
Yes.
And, like, of course it's us in the relationship that isn't necessarily
Yes.
always right, or...
Yeah, we know
Even
he's
the-
there, but then
Yeah.
we do this forgetful thing, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you just see now, you see later.
Yeah, exactly. And so, what are you working on in catechism right now?
I'm in year B,
Mm.
and I'm preparing children for First Communion next year, during Corpus Christi.
Mhm.
We love to have it around that time. And I think I have two candidates to go up for First Communion in December. So I'm working on those. They're pretty older than the others.
Mhm.
So the baby session, I really can't carry them through, so I have to teach them like adults.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
they're in high school, so
Mhm.
I have to double up on my teaching for them.
Is there a particular age group that you enjoy working with the best?
Oh yes, the very small ones.
And why is that?
Oh, they love to play. I mean, not that I'm playful, but they are very responsive.
Mm-hmm.
They're inquisitive in general,
Yeah.
and the easiest thing or the slightest thing will satisfy them. So I love teaching those. But the teenagers, they're more fixed in their ways.
Yeah, definitely. I find that when they're younger, it's easier to connect with them because they just have this profound sense of innocence, and they're
Yes.
not yet, I guess, like tarnished in a sense, or you know,
Right.
like influenced by the world or by society or
But that's
what
so
people
true.
think.
That's so true.
Mm-hmm. So.
They're a joy to work with.
Mm-hmm. And so I guess, looking back after all of your experience now, is there any advice that you would give yourself, like now, when you're starting, like looking back at your experience here?
I would say to myself, not because you're not a professional teacher that you can't teach. We're all teachers, plus we're all learners. And I learn a lot from the children that I would teach in the catechism class. They teach me a lot about life. That even though I'm at this age, their innocence alone would teach me something that I need, that curiosity and that easy way to love someone else. I need that in my life for me to connect to other people, because they are so innocent. There's so much joy to be with.
So what do you believe that you could do as a parish community or implement in the group of catechists that you have to be able to engage the young people more, but also the families who only come for sacraments?
What we could do is, as I said before, to reach out to these families, and not just the family in parts, reach out to the family as a whole body, and get them to come to Mass. And as I said, if we can't get them to come to church, we could also take the church to them in the form of little meetings or something like that. As I'd mentioned before, when I get all pumped up to teach, I hardly have anyone to teach, or I don't have anybody to teach. And most times the church blames the children for not coming. But what we have to work first on is on the parents of those children, to get them to come out. Get the parents involved in the child's spiritual life, which is good to a sense, to a great sense, because that child will be strong in its faith, and it could always use its parents as its molding to forge ahead, and with that the child will be able to teach his or her offsprings about about the faith.
Yeah, people usually say that it is parents first that are the child's first catechists.
Right.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Ramona, for having this interview and for talking about your experience as a catechist.
Nos encontraremos unidos